I love my theme music, my intro music. Greetings and salutations. Fabian Thomas back with you. And I want to talk a little bit about time. And does anybody remember being younger, being in school, high school, and you're being told these stern and serious things like time waits for no one and use your time wisely. And the Latin expression tempus fugit, which means time flies. I feel like time is really flying, galloping away. I'm going to say for the last couple of years, and I've mentioned this to a few other people who have been in agreement, it feels like the weekend ends, it's Monday, and then you blink and it's Friday again. And then you blink and the weekend's done and you're back at Monday. So right now, so it's July 3rd. You're watching this on July 3rd. Folks, we're halfway through the year. The year that looked like it started or feels like it started 2 months ago, June has ended. We are literally halfway through the year. Now, people might have all kinds of theories and interpretations of what that means and why, but for me, it feels like we really have to make hay while the sun shines, make use of our time because you make plans, you say, yes, I'm going to do this so and so, or you plan a trip or an outing and it seems really far away, and the next thing you know, you're there. So, in this episode, we're going to be looking at things we may have said or done, or plans we may have made at the beginning of this year. This is episode 9 of Fabian Seh season 3, and this is let's have our mid year resolution slash vision board check in. So yes, Saints, here we are. Here we are. So New Year, end of the year, and New Year is always an interesting time for me because as a life coach and a trainer facilitator, I host and walk people through goal setting, vision boarding, and planning for the new year. And it's always a time where some people are like, yeah, they're talking about plans and resolutions again. And in the next couple of weeks, you're going to forget them. And my thing is, folks, if it doesn't work for you, if that's not your thing, leave it alone. Allow the people them who want to do them goal setting, talk about their resolutions and do vision boarding. Even if them don't do anything with it, at least let them have their process. But the reality is, though, with time passing and using our time wisely, I'd like to think it makes sense or it's useful to follow up. That's a crucial thing, in anything to do with time, but especially in terms of making resolutions, it's follow up. So there's a Jamaican saying that's a mouth make to say anything. So sometimes we talk a big talk, but we don't follow it up. And sometimes in that talk, in the big talk, it's not just, sound fury and pretense. Sometimes in the moment, we really mean it. We're gung ho, energized, and excited in that moment. And then real life kicks in, or something throws us off our rhythm, and we never quite get back to it. But the crucial thing for anything in life is that what they call stick to itiveness, that follow up and follow through. So let's say we made some resolutions in the new year. We said we're going to shed some behavior because that's a crucial thing for me when I do my workshops and sessions, or even for myself, is what am I leaving behind in the old year? What am I shedding? What does not serve me? What didn't work? And what do I not want to drag over into the new year with me? So there's some clearing, letting go, releasing of things that you don't want, and then affirming and setting goals and resolutions for things you're committing to doing for the new year. So some people do, a New Year's resolution list. I also encourage goal setting because goal setting now gives you a little more structure. You're going to write things down, have a timeline, have an action plan. So you're moving from the mode make to say anything to I'm backing it up with a plan that says this is how I'll achieve that thing. And that's an important first step. So what things did you say you were going to do? So think about it, or look for your list. What was on your resolution list? I also encourage people to make realistic. Because sometimes we set ourselves up to fail when the goals are too ambitious, when the revolutions are too bold, are expecting too much of yourself in too short a space of time. So were your resolutions realistic? Were they time based? Did you give yourself a timeline to say by March, by this month, in a year, in 2 years? Were they measurable? They talk about SMART goals. Were you able to measure growth, progress? Did you follow a rhythm and a structure? Now, some people also do, and I really love them. I love the concept, the idea, but I also love when you make them work. Vision boards. So, what is a vision board? A vision board is a collage, an image, a collection of images. Some people use pictures, some people draw, some people write. And what it does is it is a pictorial or visual impression of what you say you're going to do. And it's designed as the definition you're seeing there says, to serve as a source of inspiration and motivation, and to use the law of attraction to attain goals. So when I have people in workshops with me, clients or people I'm doing life coaching with, I say, be as specific as you can in your vision board. So if you want a car, try and find an image of the particular type of car you want and the color. If it's a university you want to go to, can you get images of their logo? Somebody graduating. Be as specific as you can, and then you have to do the work afterwards. So, what did I need to do to get this vision board to manifest? And I'm gonna show you a few examples of what different vision boards that people have made in sessions with me look like. Because again, we're individuals. So here's on, this person was very artistic, beautiful, and she actually did three. She did one for, see, this one says education. She did one for social life, and I think she did another one for spiritual life. So she did three different ones. So notice her GPA is on there. So I thought this was a beautiful effort. Let's cut another one. So this one is one in progress. So notice there's somebody in a graduation cap, there's a car, there's a mixture of handwriting and pictures. And then next one. So this was somebody in high school. I was mentoring at my alma mater, Calabar, and some students, the class I was mentoring, I did goal setting and vision boarding with them. And this is one of the vision boards that one of the students made. So notice it says A student, and I think there's a letter of commitment about subjects and grades he wanted to get. So it can look and feel, however you want to make it look and feel. But the trick is, you can make the most beautiful, bono pretty vision board, but don't do anything with it. So to be honest, sometimes I see people who did the workshops with me and I say, how's it going? And they say, to be honest with you, I don't even know where the vision board is. Or it's under my bed or on a table with the elastic right around it where it was. Other people have put it up, they use it, and then they do the work to make it manifest. So what happened for you? Where are you, on this journey? I'm going to use myself. I'm going to say I didn't do a vision board this year. I didn't actually do a vision board. I did a list. So some people lists work better for them. Doing an action plan, and then you flesh it out into months. You spread it out and say, so in January, I'm doing this. I need to do this by March. So I did a list of things and goals and dreams and aspirations that I had, and I tried to put them in the different areas of my life. So I had professional, I had things that were personal or social, I had things that were spiritual, I had things that were in the creative and artistic zone of my life, and I had it in those sections. And then I worked through them. I put timelines on them. I want to get this done by when. And I'm going to say I'm really proud of myself. I've gotten through most of what I said I was going to do in the time I said I was going to do them. Interestingly for me, COVID provided an opportunity. So some of the creative projects I had around writing more poetry and even writing a book or two, because COVID came in and slowed down the rhythm of my life. As you say in Jamaica, outside never did I keep. I was inside more. I actually wrote a book and a half in the early part of COVID, did a first draft of a book because I had the time. And so sometimes with these resolution lists and plans we have, things get fast tracked or get delayed. So wherever you are in your assessments, I'm going to encourage you now, if you can find a list, if you can find a vision board, go look for it, look at the list, and be gentle with yourself, but also be real. If there's a bunch of things that you did not do, find out why. Did you get bored? Did you get distracted? Were there things in your life that happened that pulled you away from this focus? And can you get back on track? Because it doesn't make sense to beat up ourselves. Sometimes we do that a lot. We beat up ourselves and gives ourselves a hard time. Not that you must not hold yourself accountable, but really do the work and say, well, what happened here? Did this goal scare me? Is this why I've avoided this one? What things do I need to put different dates on? And what can I realistically and feasibly do between now and the end of the year? Celebrate the victories. So if you did actually complete some things, start some things, if you are on track, celebrate. Take yourself out, drink some wine, get a massage, do something to celebrate. Because sometimes we also don't celebrate the breakthroughs and things that do work. So now it's halfway through the year. So I'm encouraging you, as I'm doing with myself, to go back to that resolution list, your vision board, and do an assessment. 6 months in, where am I? How is it going? How am I doing? And with what's left in the year, realistically, what can I achieve? What do I need to put new dates on? Are there things I need to put back into 2023? If you don't, I'm also going to encourage you to have what I call an accountability tribe. A couple of people who will keep you accountable, keep you honest, and you keep each other accountable. So you check in on each other. So if you say, what are you doing this month? What are the major things you have to do this month? Is there anything I can help you with? And you check in on each other and support each other firmly, but with love and grace. Because sometimes, people mean well, but they beat up on you as well. They push and nudge and prod and cajole you. And sometimes that's not what we need. But I find it's useful to have this accountability tribe that's working through stuff together, holding space for each other, holding vision and consciousness with each other as we work through these life goals. So it's July, folks. Today's July 3rd. How it stay? How it going? Give yourself some grades, give yourself some feedback, look at that list, and maybe there's some things that you've moved on from, and then look at what is my list, my vision board, my goal planning, my goal setting, my planning look like for the rest of 2022. So that come around Christmas, again, do a check, do an assessment, celebrate, or you want to do that in the new year, either way. But life processes should ideally be fruitful. But the church I go to, there's a saying, the founding minister of that church, there's a thing that we use that says, it works if you work it. And that for me applies to everything. If we don't show up at our best, and not perfect, but with some level of consistency to take the actions and the discipline and the focus necessary to make things that we say we want, to bring those aspirations to light, they won't happen. It's not going to magically fall out of the sky into your lap. It's going to take some work and effort from us. So we're doing that mid-year check, maybe doing a new list, doing those checks and balances, being honest about what worked, what didn't work, where the gaps are, and then getting ourselves ready for the journey through the rest of the year. So I'm affirming for you that you had breakthroughs, that you had achievements, that you met some of these things, but you're now looking at what is the landscape ahead, what does it look like, and affirming big up things for you for the rest of the year, and so you leap into 2023 ready for the world. So this has been our mid-year resolution and vision board check-in. This is Fabian Seh, Season 3, Episode 9, and we're on YouTube, and watch other episodes that you haven't seen, share it with people, big up on yourself, enough love and light, big up my producer and co-conspirator, Michael Sean Harris, as usual. Peace, love, and blessings.